All right, here we go. 7 of 9 puppies, December 18th, 2022. As you can see, there are 3 red boys and 2 black boys still available. Anybody wearing a collar is already spoken for. Woof, 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 woof. Tonight will be their first night without Mama in the pen. It's supposed to get to 20 degrees tonight. Now, most people would think that would be the time that you'd want Mama in the box. But Mama runs in and out, in and out, in and out of that heated box. And every time she goes in and out, opens that little flap up and lets cold air in. So now that these guys are actually eating food, let me get their little teethies. Let's see the teeth. See, whoop, there's teeth. Mama does not want to stay in the box with them all the time. Matter of fact, she only goes in there long enough to feed them, and once she empties out with milk, they start biting her. So she's ready to get out of the box. So it's actually more comfortable for them and Mama before I go to bed, just to let Mama in there, empty her out. I'll make sure they have plenty of dry food in there. Of course, here in just a minute, I'm going to give them a plate full of puppy food that has, it's canned food, so it's moist. But that's going to be phased out next week, too. So they'll be totally on dry food by the next video you get next week. And, yeah, they'll be totally on dry food by this time next week. And, anyway, there's Horace. As you can see, little orange collar. He's the only one out of this batch that's spoken for already. So, got red puppies. And because of the Miniature Pinscher Association of America overbreeding the reds, I have to lower the price down of the reds to only $800. But that is limited registration, and I'm not paying for the registration. I'm not even paying for the limited registration. That's totally up to the owner. So, yep, the Miniature Pinscher Association has exclusively been breeding and showing reds, and there's a glut, and when there's a glut of something, you can't sell them. So that's why, if anybody wants to know why black puppies cost so much more than the reds, there you go. You can look at the Miniature Pinscher Association of America and find out why that organization is doing their best to destroy the miniature pinscher breed. Now, they say they got all kinds of excuses, and they say they're not doing that, but you know what? Look at what people say versus what people do. See, I don't judge anybody with what they say. I judge them by what they do. And if you talk a line of crap, but you only do, I mean, when you see what you're doing, yeah, I call that, well, a biblical term would be bearing false witness against thy neighbor, which I am pretty sure that as far as all the professional miniature pinscher breeders I've ever met, is only, well, I can count on one hand the ones that I think are going to make it into heaven. Most of them won't make it past judgment. But never judge anybody by what they say. Judge by what they do. It's like Donald Trump. He's a motor mouth and everything else, but as far as what he did, wasn't a bad thing. I mean, yeah, he was a horse's patoot, but his actions and what he did wasn't bad. So, anyway, there's my political rant for the day. 7 of 9's puppies. These are 7 of 9's puppies, December 18th of 2022.